of the complaint, we pled it in detail. But there's a second theory with respect to Title IX, and that's the selective enforcement theory. The judge totally ignored that theory. So the selective enforcement theory says if either in the initiation or in the penalty there is gender bias, then that also states a claim under Title IX. So in this
where is the allegation of similarly situated students or situations?
I understand what you mean by similar situated.
Well, when you talk about selective enforcement, then that's what you're talking about, is you're talking about comparisons of similarly situated situations, and the government, or in this case the university, does not treat them similar, and that's why you have selective enforcement.
Right,
so where is, I'm looking for the allegation that shows that similarly situated students were treated differently based on the outcome in some way.
So what we alleged is essentially, and what happened in this case is that they said to counsel.
Okay, well, let's first start not with what you're saying and what they said, but tell me where in the complaint I look for that fundamental allegation that really lays out the selective enforcement claim, the treating the different groups differently.
Well, we said it was that what he was essentially sentenced to was 4 to 10 years, and that in none of the other cases was 4 to 10 years on the table or imposed.
But how does that relate to a gender-based discrimination?
Well, I'll get to that. So
okay, well,
so it's selective.
Just tell us straight up, because I'm missing your allegation.
You will, because I really want to talk about due process. So if you could,
but I want to hear why.
The gender base has to do with the fact that in every one of these cases, the males, and we have affidavits from the attorneys saying that the males were always convicted essentially by the university. In the one case in which there was the attorney said he had a woman client, she was not convicted. You had these protests going on, and you had the college president giving a speech with code words.
But I'm really having trouble tying that up with your selective enforcement. So just tell me in short order, what's the bottom line on selective enforcement, just so I understand your theory?
If you look in our complaint, paragraphs 30 to 52, which I think is 148 to 150.
You're looking at the amended complaint?
Third amended complaint, yeah, which is 148 to 155 in the record. We allege that as a result of all again, this is in the initial pleading stage, where everything's got to be construed in our favor. We allege that these protests, the speeches by the president, all essentially embody exactly what the other courts say is gender bias. It can be construed no other way. But at least it's plausible.
Counsel, you have